Okay, so good afternoon. We have recently entered into the afternoon, and I thought I would do a video. And the one I would do was supposed to be a little bit more about independence. Now, you know what? From the moment that we are, I'd say, when we're old enough to start school, we start learning about independence, right? When you're a child, they keep telling you, oh, in the next grade, you get to do your own homework, or in the next grade, you get recess, or in the next grade, you can do this or do that, right? And then you get older and older, and then you go to high school and say, oh, well, in this grade, you actually get to pick an elective, which means you get to pick a course of your choice out of all these interest courses, right? And then when we become teenagers, it's all about rebelling. Everybody wants to rebel. They want to party. They want to do drugs, alcohol. They want to, just they want to wild out and stuff like that. And no matter how much ground they get, they always want more. No matter what they get, because if you're not asking for more, you're not rebelling, kind of thing, right? And then we become adults. Some people want to live on campus, so they go to university or college with the excuse that, well, I got accepted this far away, I gotta stay on campus, and they live on campus. Their parents pay for it, and they live on campus, and they think they're independent, and whatnot. I just want to kind of put it into a general form before I start on with myself. So I thought that independence was just a very simple and easy thing. You know what I mean? I thought if you could take care of yourself, live by yourself, eat by yourself, handle yourself, that you should be. And that's what I did. When I was 19 years old, I got an apartment for a 1 year lease, and I lived there for a full year. So I did do that. Did I gain independence fully? No. I realized that independence it has so many aspects to it. There's your life. There's all the organizations and families and friends and everything that's involved around you. Your country, any connections you have, here or in your city or in a foreign place, whatever the deal is, right? Now, to be very honest, I've talked about how I just began being visible and having a presence, but by now I feel like I am like officially, like I am official. You know what I mean? Like I am officially a visible and a present and a real part of society. I have a real seat and a real place in society. Finally, after so long, and I think that's a great thing. Now, I will be honest, I myself tried to shy away from this a lot, tried to get away from it, but at this point, I'm learning to embrace it. I'm learning to make it part of my life. Independence comes in many forms. A business can be dependent, right? If you go take a loan for your business for $500,000, not that there's anything wrong with it, or even $1 million, and you start a franchise or whatever you do, like that is not total independence, because first of all, you're borrowing money from the bank. Second of all, you're not even creating your own business. You're just working on someone else's business plan as a franchisee, and you're just kind of like a subcontractor. That's not totally independent either. Now, some people don't want to be independent. Some people love dependency. They got parents that they're dependent on. They got friends they're dependent on. They got a husband they're dependent on. They got relatives and social circle, people in their organization they are dependent on. And some people love being dependent. Some people love depending on others, right? Independence may not be for. I would say independence is maybe only for about maybe 10 to 15% of the population of this world actually wants to be independent. But independence has so much that goes into it. And I would say that I'm quite independent. I really have taken an active role within my life. And before I even achieved independence, I mean, I was pushing to get independent. I was constantly pushing. and I was trying to get independence, independence from everything and whatnot. Last night I talked about belonging and choice, which I'm pretty good with right now. But yeah, so independence is it's like there's two kinds of independence. One independence is like literal and nonsensical independence. That's when you live in a jungle, literally. Yeah, you're independent. You eat off the land and you take care of yourself. But independence in this world has a different kind of brand, and that's being part of society, living in the city, being part of society, being part of the world, but being independent. I don't care how smart you are. I don't care how many PhDs you have. I don't care how long you've been a professor for at the best university in the world. You cannot break down independence. You will not be able to do it. I don't care if you write 100 books that are 1,000 pages long. You will not describe independence. It's like describing the layout of the planet, or the make of every mineral and stuff like that. Like, it's ridiculous. You can't do it. It is so complex that you're not gonna do it. Okay. But what I will tell you is that typically people achieve the level of independence that they are striving for. Whatever that they're hungry for and they need, they usually get it. But if you're already happy, why do you want more independence? If your parents are paying for your education, if your parents are giving you money, buying you a car, you're living in their house, they give you like a very nice room with your own full washroom, maybe they even give you a kitchen. I mean, what else? Like, why would you even? And if you're happy with it, right? See, I have a bit of a natural ego kind of issue. I wouldn't even say it's ego. It's just my makeup, where I kind of struggle when somebody's giving me a handout. It's kind of hard to take it. It has to make sense and it has to be earned, and that's the only way I see it. Independence can be standing up for your race against another race, for example. If another race is fucking with you and you stand up for your race, that has to do with independence. That shows that you want to be strong, that you are striving, and that you won't let another race or a lesser race come into your life and fuck with you and try to claim you as like a hunted animal. You kind of have to stand up to other races. You got to let them know how you feel. Whether it's blacks or Orientals or whatever it is, you got to let them know what you think about them. Maybe not directly, but you got to give them a bit of a feel about who you are and who they are, and what the deal is. Independence comes in many forms. Independence can come within the organization. If I'm the CEO, or even if I'm not the CEO, if I'm one of the board members, I mean, that's a big thing. I got some independence within this organization. My vote counts. That's a big deal, right? And believe me, don't let anyone tell you that you don't have independence. You could be owning a fried chicken place, but there might be 3 business partners that own it and a manager and everything. So meetings are important and all that stuff. Anyways, I think I talked about it enough, and I'm going to wrap it up. And once again, I'm going to say good afternoon.